What's up everyone, welcome back. I'm Sir Wade, and today I'd like to introduce you to a new series on the channel. So welcome to the first ever Tech Tuesday. As you guys will come to find out, I'm a total tech nerd, tech geek, whatever you want to call it. Anything tech, I'm in. So anyways, today's video is going to be a tech review of some drawing tablets. If you're looking to be an illustrator, story artist, animator, modeler, like really any kind of digital artist, chances are you've probably looked at some of the drawing tablets that are available to you. So for today's video, we are doing an in-depth tech review, product review, whatever you call it, for the XP Pen tablets, the Artist Series 15.6 and the Artist Series 13.3. So if you're looking for a drawing tablet where you can see the screen and you draw on the screen rather than having to use your mouse. Now if you guys saw the video I did with my desktop workspace and all the different tech on my desk and all the stuff I use, you know that I have one of these. This is my Wacom Intuos Pro large. I've had this for a couple of years and I've had a couple more before it. And these things are great. A lot of you guys probably have this or something very similar to this. The step up from something like this is to actually have the screen on the tablet. Now this is where we have to talk about cost, because these things can get really expensive, and that's usually the problem for a lot of people getting them, is that who has the budget for some of these things. So that's why I want to talk about XP Pen. That's why we're doing this video. Now they were super generous to send the Artist 15.6, the Artist 13.3. So they've sent me two tablets to review for you guys, and I've spent some time with both of them. You may have seen the initial unboxing I did with this, first impressions. That was a while back. But now I've spent some time with these products, and I'm ready to tell you about them. For all of you worried about the price, whether you can afford these things, if you're a student, or whatever the case may be, I want to address that first. These things are very affordably priced. They're very economical. Competitively priced, I think is the right way to say it, which is a great mission statement. I'm all about it. So let's talk about the small one. In this box is the Artist 13.3. This is a great tablet for if you have a smaller desk, a smaller budget, or if you're traveling a lot, or you are going back and forth to class and you don't want to carry something big. Now when they say 13.3, that refers to the screen size. The actual tablet dimensions, it says like 390 millimeters, which is about 15 inches. So this is about the size of a 15-inch computer, but the screen is about 13 inches. So this will fit nicely into a laptop bag, usually, something to keep in mind. Now this is normally on their website for I think $406. It's currently on a sale on their website for $370. But I gotta give you guys the best information. And the best information is that if you go on Amazon, you can get this for $299. So this is like a $300 tablet, which is amazing. That's a great price point for something like this. We'll talk more about it in a bit, but let's go to the big one. So the bigger one, the Artist 15.6 inch, and if you wanna know what that looks like, it's actually on my desk. I'll show you a demo in a little bit. This tablet on their website rings in about $494. It's $500 on their website. Currently on sale for I think $450. But again, if you go to Amazon, $360. $300? $360. Not bad prices for, you know, being able to have a tablet you can draw on the screen. That's awesome. So now let's get technical. I'm gonna read some stuff to you really quick. You can find it on their website, but I'm gonna make it easy. Some of the specs that you're gonna wanna know about these things are like the resolution. Both of these are 1920 by 1080, so full HD, that's great. The smaller tablet, I'm gonna call it the travel model, has a pen stylus pressure sensitivity of 2048 pressure levels in the pen. The pen sensitivity in the 15.6 model is 8192 levels of sensitivity. So much more sensitivity reading over here, but still 2048, not bad. My arms are getting tired from holding these up, so I'm going to put the overlays here. Both tablets have 6 customizable buttons on the side that you can program to whatever you want. Works if you're left-handed or right-handed. You can calibrate and customize it either way. And I think you just flip the tablet over if you want the buttons on the other side, and then you just recalibrate it. Windows and Mac works just fine. In fact, they have some different dongles in there. If you are a Mac user and you have different plugs, like DisplayPort, there's actually stuff in the box. I'll get to that in a second. One more thing, there's also this little stand which you can get, and it's just like an accessory where you just, you know, you can open it to different levels and you put the tablet on it, so that way it's propped up and you can draw easily. They also sent me one of these. This is currently on that. This is the stand that you can put the tablets on. They have this little lip, so they just sit right in there, and you can customize whatever level you want. Little button to release. Goes up to about that high. If you do buy one of these tablets, I would recommend picking this up. Otherwise you have to like put it in your lap. Like if you have things really far away and your cables aren't long enough or something and you can't pull it to your lap, then you're sitting there like, you know, just writing down over it. I've been using it every single time I use it. Even when I travel, I usually bring this with me. It folds up really nicely. It's not large. And it has this rubber thing on the bottom, so it doesn't really push against tables. It won't slide. So I do like this. I would grab one. The links for both of these tablets are in the description below. It'll take you to the lowest price that I've been able to find for you. So if you want to pick them up for you or a friend or a family member or whatever, down below, got the links. Also, just so you guys know, XP Pen is not sponsoring this video. They're not paying me to say any of this. They're not paying me to, you know, get the tablets. Like there's no financial, nothing like that. They were just so generous as to send me these for me to try out and to review them and to share them with you here. So a huge thank you to XP Pen for giving me the tablets, and also just so you guys know, this is an honest review. There's no kind of like bribery or something going on here. So moving on, people like unboxings, so I want to show you the unboxing. Okay, so this is XP Pen 13.3 tablet. When you open the box, normally the tablet's right there, but I moved it. Inside you have travel adapter. So for the US audience, or if you live in a place or travel to a place that have other adapters, this is why I keep referring to this tablet as my travel one. That way if I went somewhere, I would have all the plugs I would need without having to go buy more adapters. Pen and a little holder. One more adapter over here, just in case you haven't seen it. Inside this little box, cleaning cloth for the tablet, you get the warranty card, and their pens come with drawing gloves, instruction manuals, little holiday greeting. Now this is super nice. Inside here, for you Apple users, they actually include the HDMI adapter for mini DisplayPort. So if you have one of those, you also have one of these. Very considerate. The rest of the contents of this bag are basically the only other cables you need to function the device. This is the USB-C cable. This gets plugged directly into the tablet. This runs into HDMI cable, which you would plug possibly via adapter into your laptop or computer. Out of that HDMI cable come 2 additional USBs. One goes into your computer and one goes into the power adapter. They also include a USB extender in case you need more range with your USBs. And this one specifically you're supposed to use to connect to power. That way if your outlet is way far away, you use this, the red one, and it would extend all the way to your outlet, wherever that is. So that's what's inside the box. Some of the things I really like about the tablets are that they're pretty compact, they're easy to travel with. I've gone a couple places with the 13.3 and I just put it in a laptop bag and it just fit in there with my laptop. You may be able to do that with the 15.6, but I didn't try. It just stayed on my desk because it's a little bit bigger and I was going for weight. I want to talk about the pen for a second. Now, I haven't messed with a lot of styluses, but I can tell you that this one is not quite as hefty and weighty as some of the other ones I've messed with. It's also not super plasticky and weak like some of the other ones I've tried. This is somewhere in the middle, so it is plasticky, but it doesn't feel cheap or weak. There are 2 buttons here, so you can map them to whatever you want. There's not an eraser component. I'm used to, my workflow is just to flip it over and erase, but as I understand it, some people don't do it that way. They prefer to actually just to have a button, so you hit it, you hit the button, and you erase. And I guess it saves time flipping the pen. I haven't gotten used to that yet, but I don't have a problem with it. It's really not that big of a deal. So no eraser on the back, just use the buttons instead. Something else I really like about the tablets is that the actual gloss on the front of the screen over here, it's a matte finish, which means it's not super smooth and silky so that the pen just like flies across it. It actually feels like you're writing on something like paper. You have that kind of tactile feel as you're drawing, which is something I really like. Let me give you a quick demo. Now on this computer, I'm running Windows 8.1 Pro. I know it's super outdated, but oh well. I'm also running Adobe Photoshop Cc 2018. The benefit of having a tablet like this is that when you draw something, you know exactly what you're going to get as you go. It's super fast. It's very responsive. As with most tablets, if you get too big of a Photoshop file or if your computer's under too much strain, latency and lag starts to be introduced, but it's usually not the fault of the tablet. As I found, it's usually just that your computer's having a hard time keeping up with anything in general. Best thing to do there is to make sure you have the best possible setup you can have and to keep your files light. But when conditions are decent, you can see that it draws fairly well. Now many of you know I went to Animation Mentor and sometimes I still pop back in every now and then to give critiques or reviews, and in some cases I'll even do drawovers. Now Animation Mentor actually has their own critique window where you can draw over your scenes on your shots and make notes and adjustments for other people. So I'll use this tablet all the time to give critiques. A lot of people commented on this video that the eye direction wasn't the same. I actually did that on purpose. I thought it was more appealing, but to make everybody happy, perfect. Anyways, I find this extremely helpful to make notes on different animation when I do drawovers. So here I'd like to show you the pressure sensitivity. If you push lightly and then darker, you can see that the pressure sensitivity works great. So thin little lines, too much thicker. So super nice. Most tablets, including this one, have software. This is where you can customize your tablet and your pen. So here you can make sure, you can say that this is right click, and then this is your pen and brush or eraser. Last thing to show you here is the Express Keys menu, which are these buttons over here. These buttons can be customized to be anything you'd like. So by default, if I push this first button, it pulls up the tablet settings. They have their default things. You can have them either run programs when you push the button, or you can have them perform as function keys. So I could make it Control-Shift-S if I wanted to save as with that button. And that'll let me save as in Photoshop a new file. So now I've hit Control-Shift-S. I can save as a new file just by hitting that button. Anyway, as you can see, for $300 to $400, this is pretty incredible to be able to do this. For me, this product gets a thumbs up. Now, what I want you guys to take away from this video is not that you need a drawing tablet, because I didn't have one with a screen for a long time. I didn't even have one without a screen for a long time, and a lot of people get by without them in general anyways. So first thing I want to say is don't use not having one of these as a crutch or as an excuse to not be creating. You can always be making something, whether or not you've got the gear, the tools, the equipment. If you've got paper and a pencil, you're good to go. But that said, if you're in the market for a drawing tablet, if your budget's $500 or lower and you're looking for a drawing tablet and you want the screen, there's some pretty cool options here. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you which companies and which tablets to buy or not to buy. I don't wanna get into all of that. All I wanted to share is that if you have a budget of about $300 to $400 US or equivalent of other currencies, you have options, and these are some of them. So if you want to pick any of these up for you or for a friend or a family member or whatever, I'll put the link in the description below, so go ahead and just click down there and it'll take you to the Amazon link where you can get the cheapest price for either of these tablets. Now, if you buy any of their stuff, whether it's the ones I showed you or something else from their website on Amazon, whatever, if you buy any of their stuff and you post any pictures of the work you created or just of you with the stuff, tag them. They would love to hear from you. They're super friendly, they would love to hear from you, and they would love to see that you're enjoying their stuff, and if you have any questions or feedback, they'll help you troubleshoot so that you can get back to creating. So that's it for my review of the XP Pen tablets. If you have any notes or feedback for me on how to do better reviews for you guys, let me know in the comments. This is my first review, so, you know, I'm sure there's improvements to be made. And a huge thank you to the team at XP Pen. They were super generous to send me both of these tablets to just give you guys a review, to try them out, and to just use for art. So, a huge thanks for them for sending the tablets. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was a helpful video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more videos, hopefully like this in the future. Maybe we'll do some more tech reviews, but also lots of other stuff. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.